it. So there we go. Okay, so the event today has two main objectives. The first one is really for all of us to connect with each other, to get to know each other. And the second one is really to go through some housekeeping things, some practical aspects of the program, some logistical aspects of the program, give you another opportunity to ask any questions you may have, and really to give another opportunity to interact with each other. So please raise your hand, post your questions if you have any on the chat. Don't feel like you have to wait until the end of the presentation to ask or to share any comments, anything that comes to your mind. The agenda for today is as practical as we could think of. So we will do our favorite thing, which is really, we will introduce ourselves. Again, as I said before, this is the chance to get to know who is joining you in the spring. We will talk about career services and some resources and information about the program. And then we will be hearing from Olivia, who is in the call today, about her student experience. Olivia is embarking in her second year in the program. She will be graduating very soon, and she will be telling you more about how her experience has been so far. So let's start with the introduction. We've put together some questions that we would love it if you answered them. I'll go first, even when I believe I've talked with the majority of you, and then Olivia will follow me since she will be in the call today. And I'll be calling you in some kind of order. So I would love it if you feel okay and you want to share a bit about yourself. So, as I said, I'll go first. My name is Pilar de Volks. I am originally from Spain, have lived in different parts of the world. I live in Colorado since 10 years ago. I'm actually calling in from Boulder, so not far away from campus. I've worked with university for 6-7 years now, and the last 2 years I've been working at outdoor recreation economy. I'm totally biased, and I'm not shy to say that is my favorite job out of all of them in the university. And what brought me to this job is really my belief on the vision that the founders of the program had. I believe in the curriculum, I believe in the format of the program, I believe in the students who join the program, and definitely believe in the faculty. My role in the program as program manager is a bit of everything because it's a small team. So I'm going to be your point of contact for anything that you may need. Happy to help at any time. I also support faculty and do the course scheduling for the program, events, and really whatever is needed, I'm happy to help. My favorite outdoor activity is the seasonal outdoor activity. I love changes. So in summer, I like hiking, and in the winter, I like skiing, snowshoeing. So I really value the changes in the seasons and what they bring with them. But more than anything, really I appreciate the opportunity to be outdoors. Okay, Olivia, do you want to introduce yourself?
I sure do. Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia. I am, as Pilar said, a graduate student, part of the program with about several months left. And I'm also very fortunate to be a graduate student assistant for Pilar. I moved out to Boulder in April, so I'm relatively new to the area. And that's where I'm calling in from today. And I come with a background in technology, so spent several years as a technology consultant at Accenture. After that, moved to a startup as a software developer. But yeah, that wasn't feeling feeling right. Not super aligned with, I think, what I was most passionate about. And what I'm most passionate about is just increasing access to the outdoors for everyone. And I came across the ORE program through a Basecamp info session. I don't know, the more I learned about it, the more just I couldn't remove it from my brain. It was just something that continuously I was reminded of day after day, and I chose to send an application, got in, and yeah, started in January of last year. And I won't talk about it now, but have had such a great experience. I'm really excited to share it with you all towards the end of the call. And lastly, favorite outdoor activities. I think since moving to Boulder have been like, it's just been incredible to be introduced to so many activities. Started climbing recently. I did some like gravel biking and bike packing trips over the summer, which was always a goal of mine and really fun to finally kind of complete those and start completing those goals. And then I don't know, it's ski season, so I'm looking forward to getting into some backcountry this year as well. Enough about me. Pilar, it sounds like you have like a roll call here. Ready? Or do you want to just popcorn around?
Yeah, go ahead and maybe you want to call the next one.
Cool, let's do that. Hillary, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. I am originally from Michigan, the Detroit area. I've been in Colorado since 2015. So I'm here in Boulder, Colorado. I've been climbing for over 25 years. I was a team kid in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And have climbed all over the US. My undergraduate degree is in animation, which has nothing to do with outdoor recreation economy, other than there's some connections for sure, storytelling, for sure. But I've been in outdoor recreation education for probably at least 10 years, coaching and guiding. And now I'm kind of working for an outdoor brand on the back end in customer service. So I'm just looking to grow here at Outdoor ORE and focus on business, community, and inclusivity. And right now I'm starting a bike bag company with my partner. And yeah, I love climbing, hiking, biking, all the things. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you so much, Hillary. Do you want to call the next one?
Sure, let me see. I will call Cody.
All right, volume good for everybody?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. I'm Cody. So far, I'm the only one calling from outside of Colorado. I'm calling in from a little spot in the middle of nowhere in Kentucky. I got my bachelor's degree in astrophysics in 2004 and have done nothing with it. That's also where I got more of my introduction into the outdoor climbing through the University of Wisconsin-Madison. My professional background, I've been in the Army for the past 19 years. I am a Army bomb tech. I've spent the last 10 years mostly doing office work and travel management, travel auditing. I'm about ready to retire, so I started doing the what do I want to do when I retire kind of search. And Outdoor Rec, the ORE program, actually came up through the Facebook algorithm. So I looked into it some more as I was starting to look for my graduate degree, because, a bachelor's degree doesn't hold as much weight as it used to. And so I applied. My GPA was a little below the requirement, but you guys were kind enough to let me in anyways. I'm gonna do my best to not let you down. Favorite outdoor activities used to be climbing. but I injured my arm and I have a golfer's elbow, so I can't do as much, nor does my wife like to climb. However, I've been a professional scuba diver for the last 5 years, and right before I applied, I finished my instructor cert, so I'm a dive instructor in my off time. So yeah, I love to dive. My wife loves to dive even more than I do. But I also live out in the country, so I've got 4 dogs. I've got 10 acres of land in the back, so I hike usually a mile to a mile and a half every day. Camping, as well as some of the more less boulder centric ones, shooting sports, hunting, fishing, all the wide variety of outdoor rec. Uh, Really trying to focus more on the business side, learning more about the economy and how to create a sustainable business. Uh, More for myself and my wife as we go in, as I retire and we get starting into the more professional side of the dive business. But yeah, that pretty much sums up me. Well, I mean, I imagine we're gonna have a lot more time to get to know each other. Uh,
Thank you so much,
and
Toby.
what?
No, no, I was just saying thank you so much, but go ahead and finish your,
Oh, I was gonna say, I guess I get to call in the next person.
please.
Well,
But
everyone on my
before
everyone
that,
on my
before
screen except for Steve has gone. So Steve, you're up.
The process of elimination. Great. So I'm Steve Milam, calling in from Southern California. I live in Altadena, which is just north of Pasadena, about 10, 15 miles from LA. So my background is in engineering. I have a degree in civil engineering. I think similar to Cody's comment, I actually never practiced engineering. I started working for a construction company in construction project management and have been in that world for the past 20-ish years. And I've been, drawn to something. I've always been passionate about the outdoors. Always, gone camping, hiking, backpacking, you name it. And kind of looking at a career pivot and seeing where can I do something that's more purposeful and find a way to get more people access to and preserve the outdoors as well. So the outdoor recreation economy program came up. I think for me it's either a Google algorithm or some page. It was listing out different programs. And then what really drew to me was, aside from being something you could do remote, was really the mix of the business side as well as the policy side. A lot of programs are kind of one or the other, and I loved how this was really a good mix of the both. So that's what drew me to the program, and excited to get further into it. Favorite outdoor activities: hiking, running, backpacking. In Southern California, that can be year round. I'm also, fingers crossed, we may be getting a storm next week and might actually have a chance to go hit the slopes in Southern California on something other than a little bit of man-made snow. So we'll see how that pans out over the next few weeks. I guess so I can pass it on. I'll have to click to my next screen. I think let's go to Erica.
Hello. I'm Erica. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. So your neighbor to whatever direction, the west. I am, my professional and educational experiences, I'm a recreation therapist, so I do adventure therapy programming. I'm currently the director of recreation at an adolescent treatment center in the Salt Lake area. And I kind of was drawn to the ORE program specifically because all of my background is in therapy-based programming. And what I see a lot of is that the at-risk youth that I work with on a more intense level residential, I feel like a lot of them could have avoided getting to the really dark places that they got to had they had access to recreation or to the outdoor community that I've personally had access to throughout my life. And so my hope is to just kind of break that down and bridge my therapeutic gap over into the outdoor rec world. Yeah. And then my favorite outdoor activities, I'm a big climber. That's how I met my partner. That's what we did for our wedding. We climbed in our wedding attire. But I think my favorite is probably anything in the cold. I like camping in the cold. I like sleeping in the snow. I like snowboarding and doing backcountry stuff. So I'm excited for winter if it ever comes. It's been a slow start this year. And I will pass it off to Dylan.
Hello, I'm Dylan Mays. I'm also calling in from Boulder, Colorado. Although I just moved here in November for the program, even though it's online, I kind of wanted to change. I was living in Asheville, North Carolina for about the last 8 or so years and thought it was just time for a change. I've never lived out in Colorado, so thought it was a good excuse to kind of bounce across the country. My educational background, I gotta move this so I can see it. Basically, I've worked in outdoor rec my entire professional career. I have 2 undergraduate degrees in it, and I've had a large variety of jobs in the outdoor recreation industry. And that's kind of my purpose of this program, is to kind of consolidate them and sort of figure out how to make them work better for me, I guess, because my resume is sort of all over the place. I've worked in therapeutic recreation. I worked as a guide for 15 or so years. And it's been a wonderful experience, but I feel like it's a little kind of sporadic. So that's sort of my program goal. And then my favorite outdoor activity, that's also changed throughout my entire life. Outdoor rec has been a huge part of my life ever since like growing up, mostly in Zimbabwe. Mountain biking was really big there, but I've probably done, I don't know, I'd say that probably my favorite is anything endurance related. I really like going for ultra long distances, so cycling or running. But I've gotten now into winter sports now that I live in Colorado. Let's see. Next person, let's like open this up. Louisa?
Yeah, thank you. I'm Louisa, and I'm calling in from Leadville, Colorado. And I've been in Colorado at various parts for like the last 8 or 9 years, starting in college in Colorado Springs, and studied organismal biology, which I've done nothing with since graduating from college. Thought med school was not in the cards anymore upon graduating, but have been working at a semester school here for high school juniors and seniors and gap year students, and we do backpacking either around Leadville, Utah, or in Patagonia. And I do development here. And I was kind of just looking to go back to study something related to environmental science, and was originally looking at the 2-year environmental science program from Boulder, but then found the outdoor recreation economy program, and it like checked all the boxes, and I really love how unique you can make it and personalized. So just really excited to jump in. And favorite outdoor activities are probably when it's warm, mountain biking or running, and then skiing in the winter. And I will pass it on to Daniel.
What's up? Yeah, I'm Dan. I'm calling from LA. I'm originally from Jersey, but live out here now. My education background, I have a bachelor's in environmental studies, and I worked in site remediation for a few years, and then kind of got tired of that working around contamination. And then I worked in sales for years. I sold like residential solar systems and paint and all this stuff. And then I've been in marketing for the past few years, and I just feel like I'm making the rich richer and the poor, poorer. So I just wanted to change. I kind of felt like, I woke up and 10 years later, I was like, dude, I lost myself, like I was reading a great book. I highly recommend it. Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. I would read all of his books. He's incredible. But I just remember just being like, shit, what the hell happened? So yeah, I'm still working in marketing. I'm a freelancer, so I have like different clients, and it sucks, but whatever. But yeah, I started when I finished school, like almost 10 years ago, I was, debating on going back and get my master's, but I didn't know if I wanted to make money right away. And like I said, I woke up and it was like, what the hell have I been doing with my life? And I've been looking for programs sporadically throughout the years. And then over the past like 6 months or so, I started to really look into more and more programs, and I found the in-person environmental program. And I was just like, that shit's way too expensive and I don't want to move to Colorado. So, and then they suggested this program, and then was like, dude, like outdoor recreation's my life. This seemed like perfect for me. You know, and I'm like really hyped to just, you know, try to, you know, bring people more out, you know, bring people outside, get people doing whatever activity they want to do. But really just like public land use, and just try to, you know, kind of like expand on what we already have. So, but yeah, my favorite outdoor activities. I grew up skateboarding. I love skateboarding. When I moved out here, I started mountain biking, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I mountain bike a ton. You know, I love snowboarding. You know, I'll be traveling all over this winter. You know, and then surfing it's kind of a bummer here in LA, but I used to love surfing in New Jersey. But yeah, always down to go for a hike or just be outside. So let me see. Jennifer, you're up.
Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. I'd say similar reason I'm joining the program, and sorry if I'm going out of order as Daniel, but kind of in a financial analyst role right now and sick of sitting at a desk looking at Excel all day when my passions are in the outdoor industry. I am big into like skiing, both resort and backcountry, hiking, and then running. I've done a couple half marathons this year and hopefully going for my first full coming up. My bachelor's degree is in sports management and economics, so kind of a background in working in professional sports, and then I'm in multifamily real estate right now. And then what kind of brought me to the program is I'm being a volunteer blind and disabled ski guide this winter. Had my training a couple weeks ago, and I'm really excited for that. And that kind of made me want to apply to this program and make a career change. So I did. So I'm wrapping up working in financial industry in the next couple of weeks, which is exciting. And then I'm from Colorado. I forgot to say that, but I'm currently in Albuquerque, sitting in a hotel room on this call. So sorry if I'm hard to hear. And yeah, I think that's all of them.
Thank you, Jennifer. Let me see.
Somebody.
Oh, that's fine. I can call Pete. I think yeah.
Awesome.
Good evening or good afternoon for those of you who are on the West Coast. My name is Pete McGoldrick. I live out here in Chester, Maryland, right outside of Annapolis, which is right outside of DC. If you're not familiar with the Maryland area, big Chesapeake Bay area, love sailing. That's my favorite outdoor activity, although I'll go hiking any day of the week. My wife's a beach gal, but she'll go hiking with me occasionally, but usually it's my thing to do. Education-wise, I have a bachelor's in computer science and business, and I've been in banking since I was 19 and a half, I guess. I didn't get my degree till I was 45, but I've been in a field called capital markets, secondary marketing for the last 33 years, and much like, who was it there that said that? Daniel, the Excel models, yeah. Nothing like, unlike some of you, I love Excel, but I want to get away from it. I'd rather be outside looking at the sun than sitting behind the computer playing with my Excel, although I'm sure I'll pick up a leaf and figure out an Excel model on how to record the leaf and the length and the height and all that stuff. But yeah, so that is my passion, is to try and get out from behind the desk and be outside more, because behind the desk is just no fun.
Thank you, Pete. Mia, you want to go next?
Hi, everybody. My name is Mia. I use she, her pronouns. I'm calling in today from the Marin Headlands, which is just north of San Francisco. My background is I have a degree in biology with an emphasis in conservation and ecology. Professionally, I did trip leading and worked in the office for our outdoor rec company at Sac State while I was in college. So I loved that. It was a really awesome opportunity to like teach people about environmental science and the outdoors. after that, after I graduated, I stuck it out for a little bit longer, but then I decided I needed a big girl job. So I did a little bit of a stint in California state government. So I worked in a little bit of policy and helped did some office administration. And then I decided that I really wanted to go back to the outdoors. So now I currently work for an outdoor nonprofit here in the Headlands. And I'm the operation manager for an environmental science program for students. What brought me to this program? I was actively seeking out some more. I know I wanted to pursue a master's degree. I was just looking for something that fit my needs. And I love that this is an online course and it kind of has all of the things that I have dabbled in already. So it kind of combines them all. And I really like the description of all the different certificates that are offered. Yeah, that's what brought me in. My favorite outdoor activities are climbing. I definitely took up a lot of climbing when I lived in Sacramento, a lot of good climbing in that area. And I also whitewater raft in the summers. When I'm not doing either of those things, I really like long distance running and trail running.
Excellent. Thank you, Mia. I think the last one is, and you might have to correct my pronunciation as her. Ali?
Yeah, that was good, Pilar. It's Uzzer. It's like buzzer without the B, if that helps at all. But I am calling in from St. Mary's, Colorado. It's like north of Idaho Springs. I work at CU professionally. I'm an academic advisor. I've worked with students for the last decade, and have been in Colorado for just over 3 years. But I actually lived here like a decade ago, and returned a few years ago. So I'm excited for the program. I have been spending more and more time outdoors since moving to Colorado. I'm from New York. My wife and I have moved around quite a bit since we've been married, through kind of multiple states on the East Coast and now Colorado. So just trying to take advantage of being out here. In terms of favorite outdoor activities, so we're actually, the last few weeks, we've been learning how to snowboard. So that's kind of top of mind right now. I'm quite sore and feeling really old, but that has to be my favorite at the moment. But yeah, excited for the program just to kind of see what potential there is to kind of combine my interest with, you know, a career down the line professionally, and really just learning about the ins and outs of kind of the industry is exciting.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I believe I'm not missing anyone, but let me know if we forgot someone. Everyone has, okay. So yeah, this is really my favorite part of the whole call. And I love it that you are engaging in the chat and you are connecting with each other, and hopefully this is the beginning of something much bigger. Because there is something true that we all share this passion, this profound passion for the outdoors, the profound commitment that we have to preserve them, to take care of, to make them more accessible. So that really expands to who we are and how we interact with each other. And I hope that you will see that with the among yourselves, with faculty, with industry leaders, and really with anyone that you will connect. Let me see. I need to. This is for you, Olivia. I see that the meeting is gonna end in 3 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 4 minutes.
Okay, so if we get kicked out, I will be sending you the link to my personal Zoom call. So I apologize for that. We'll probably be kicked out shortly, but then we will jump on the new Zoom link. This is another new experience in my life, so bear with me. Okay, in the meantime, let's go through the next 2 slides, which will be fast. So this is a small but mighty team in the ORI program. You might have connected already with Mark Gasta. He's the Associate Director for the program. He's also faculty and certificate lead for the intro certificate and for the business certificate. He's a great resource. So don't be shy and reach out to him. He's normally on this call. Today he couldn't make it, but he's very accessible. We have Carly, who is communications and enrollment manager, and I'm sure you have worked with her as you submitted your application. And then we have Molly Thompson. She works in career services, and she's another great resource for you. And then it's me. And then among faculty, as you know, we have 5 certificates, and each certificate is led by a faculty, and these are them. I invite you to check their bio on the ORE website if you haven't done it yet. They bring huge knowledge, professional experience, amazing personal journeys, and a huge network, and they are willing to share with you. So we always tell students what you get from the program, what you put in the program is what you get, and faculty are great resources for you, and they love when you reach out to them. So they are really knowledgeable in the outdoor recreation industry, but they have a profound understanding of their specific areas within the industry. So I will invite you to introduce yourself and let them know what your interest is. This is a slide that really means to give you a good understanding of the different support you can expect from career services. So the program is grounded in flexibility, and the whole intention is really to meet you where you are. So the whole invite is to connect with Molly and her team as early as possible. They work with you in understanding what your career goals are, what kind of skills you are planning to transfer. And they do what they call a skill and gap analysis, where they understand where you are and where you want to be, and what's the gap that you need to work on. And they put together a plan with you. So they've come up with a pretty interesting approach to career services. And I invite you, as I said, to connect with you as early as is possible for you. I believe you have all access to the Career Services Canvas course. And again, it's great if you could check that course before scheduling a meeting with Molly and her team, so that you can make the most of that meeting. And with that, I'm gonna say we are less than a minute away from being kicked out. So probably let's close this. Let's stop this call and jump on the Zoom link that I will send you all via email.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
see you shortly.
Okay.